Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/Entitled People. In today's episode, entitled car salesman demands I finance. Someone in my old neighborhood wants a free house. Breath on my neck. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Entitled car salesman demands I finance. After selling my motorhome and SUV, I had the cash to buy our next car outright, and that's what I intended to do. I go find the car I wanted and go to the dealership to buy it. Test drive is great. Car is great. I'm ready to get the deal done. First, I'm given the final price sheet with a $1,500 warranty I neither asked for nor was asked about. I tell him to take it off. I have to go through his sales pitch and fighting me on it. I win. I'm not getting their extra warranty when the car is still under the manufacturer's warranty anyway. Next, he gives me a form to get my details for a credit check. I tell him I'm not financing. He leans back with a big sigh like I'm being difficult. I ignore him. Do you want me to write a check and wait for it to clear to pick up the car? Or do I need to get a cashier's check right now before the bank closes? He gets up and leaves. Great. 15 minutes pass. 30 minutes. I'm getting angry. He comes back with a manager and they both try to get me to finance. This is how you build credit. I already have a great credit score. You don't want to tie up this money. He tries to ask me some personal questions to make me scared to spend the money. Do you own a house? Do you have family who relies on you? I'm not playing this game. I have an emergency fund. I just want to buy the car. Personal check or cashiers? They leave. I'm made to wait again. I get this as their sunk cost fallacy scheme. The more time I waste trying to this done, the more likely I'll be to see it through, but I'm fed up. I get up to leave and he catches me on the way out. Are we doing this or what? I say. He's apologetic and lures me back to the negotiating room. Then he acts like I just killed his dog and says he lost the warranty money and now he's going to lose the financing money. I like you, I really do, but I've got to feed my kids like everyone else. Can you just work with me? The amount they give us for sales like this isn't even worth my time. It's ridiculous. I literally had to get up to leave again before he would finally take the check. I really should have walked out. Can you imagine being made to feel like an asshole when you're buying a whole car? I had a car dealership do this to me when I was 18. My dad didn't want me paying interest, so he had already loaned me the dollar and I was to pay him back, interest-free. Fortunately, he had come with me to buy the car, and when they wouldn't drop it, he told me, "Come on, we're leaving. We will look elsewhere." I was heartbroken because I had already fallen in love with this car, but I did as my dad told me. We ended up finding an almost identical car but with lower mileage and more options for $2,000 less at another dealership, and they happily took our cash. So it all worked out for us. I would have walked out after the 15 minutes and gone to a different dealership. I have left a dealership when they were too busy. BS, we could hear it wasn't a customer, they were discussing Christmas plans. Went to a different dealer, they were great, and we left with our 4Runner that day. We have used them for 4 other cars and always get great service. I have paid cash for all but the one daughter leased. I start by telling them I want to discuss the all-in price of the car and nothing more. I tell them if they bring up warranties, financing, or any additional fees pop up after we settle on the price, then I'm leaving. Someone in my old neighborhood wants a free house. I found a letter in the mailbox when my wife and I listed our house last year. I have redacted identifying info. Hey neighbor. I hope this letter finds you well and in good spirits. I write this confident it will find its way to someone willing to help me fulfill a very lofty goal. Over the years, I've longed to live in and raise my children/grandchildren in a safe, friendly, energetic, peaceful, clean neighborhood with good schools. I often pondered what it was like to live on the other side of the tracks, literally. On my way home from work, I'd veer off, redacted, through the neighborhoods of, redacted, and imagine having a home, here, in this thriving neighborhood. It was always the trees for me. I earnestly believed one day I'd make it happen. Unfortunately, I haven't. I've worked my tail off and managed my way through many, many obstacles but haven't hit that pinnacle. I do well for myself and live a well-rounded, happy life and am uber grateful for what I have. I just don't think I will ever be able to afford a home in this neighborhood on one income, especially with the market the way it is and no end in sight, unless something marvelous happens. Therefore, I am reaching out to the community to find out if there is anyone out there that would like to donate a home to me or sell me one at a ridiculously low sale price. I know the audacity. But there are those with abundance looking to bless someone. I see it every day. I even participate where I can. I promise to be a good neighbor and to love it and appreciate it for the rest of my life. I realize this is a radical idea, but who knows what's out there? Someone's that has way more than enough and would love to pass their home on to someone that simply asked. Has two and is ready to move to their warm weather home and doesn't need to turn a profit. Is just plain sick of humans and is going off-grid. Just wants to pay it forward or could write it off. Bought a fixer-upper and life changed. I'm very handy. I am getting older, though. Just hit the Powerball and is leaving everything behind. Maybe you know someone with a home elsewhere, in a community just as lovable? Please do pass the letter on. You never know. So, here I am, asking. My dad always said, a closed mouth don't get fed. I am currently renting in, redacted, and I love it, with the constant increase in rent that may not last much longer. I've worked for, redacted, for almost 20 years. Well, when I started passing out this letter I did, unfortunately, I was part of their layoffs this week. I've attended a women's group in, redacted, for 15 years as well, all reasons. I have intentionally left my name out of this, hoping save face for now. I made an email for responses to this letter. Please no hurtful or hateful messages. I've seen the nasty comments on the forums, and I assure you I am a good person with a good heart and good intentions. I will provide you with my full name, address, references/background check, no resale contract, you name it, should you find interest in my request. Otherwise, thank you for simply reading my letter. So long for now. Turns out there are 15,000 homes in, redacted, so I have a lot of work to do. Serious inquires only, redacted, @gmail.com. I mean, I also want a free house. I also choose this guy's house. When I listed my home, I too got a letter asking for my house, forever home, kids, dog, yard, etc. The young couple got my house, the minor difference being that the letter was attached to an above asking price offer. Breath on my neck. I am a mom of 3 kids. 2 in diapers. I don't leave the house much, besides to pick up my oldest from school each day. My husband encourages me to go out, and today I did to get some new clothes. I felt super anxious, because I'm used to being home and in control of my surroundings and taking care of the kids. But I was trying to do some exposure to the world because it's necessary. Maybe it isn't as big of a deal as it is in my mind, but I was in line with 3 shirts that I kept picking up and putting back because I wasn't sure if I could even wait in line, but I did. I felt a woman so close to me and I felt it, but I thought I was being oversensitive, so I just said in my head, it's okay, she is definitely in your space, but it's okay, she isn't bothering you. She then taps my shoulder and says, excuse me, I need to go to cashier number 3 because I returned something to her before and I need to go back to her specifically. There were 3 cashiers open. I was next before her, so whichever cashier opened first I would go to, in a normal person's world. Number 1 seemed to be finishing faster, so I wasn't concerned anyway. But I lost my shit. I turned and said, I will go to whatever cashier is open first because I am in front of you and your time isn't more important than mine. She looked at me and scoffed and huffed, and it was so crazy. This is why I don't leave the house. I don't get it. Time is priceless, yes, but it's not for you to decide that yours is more important than anyone's. It makes me boil. And also be a hermit. I just wanted some cozy sweatshirts. You miserable old lady. Rushing with nowhere to go. Well done, my little fellow hermit. You did good. Thank you. I mean, I literally said it in a regular, probably softer voice than most. I dunno. Maybe I didn't. I just think that time is literally priceless. So for you to feel that yours is more valuable is gross. Everyone has to wait their turn. You learned that in kindergarten. Hopefully. Great answer to her. You held your own. Ha. Maybe she parked in the disabled area, telling guy in wheelchair she'll only be a minute. Loved your response. It's the only way to shut these bullies down. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.